Collector boxes. Which one was the one to buy this year? Which one's your best investment choice? Stay tuned. It's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join in the fun. So what we have tonight, we're kind of ending off our year, right? We had a lot of products we've gone over. We did standard boxes yesterday. Today's video is going to be, of course, about collector boxes as promised. Now, we had 6 collector boxes come out this year. Kaldheim I can't add to the mix because it hasn't come out in time for this review, so it isn't going to make it. But what we're going to talk about here are the 6 that did come out of collector boxes this year. So, and of course, I know Eldraine was 2019, guys. I understand that, but I'm counting it because it still is in rotation, and it still kind of came out right at the end of 2019. So I'm still counting it in this mix, okay? Just so we understand how I did my review. So let's start off with, of course, last place, but still good. Number 6 will be Ikoria. Now, Ikoria, of course, has the first printing of Triomes. We've got Shark Typhoon, right out of the movies. We've got the Godzilla with the Corona card. But the cards themselves inside the set and the way they did them with the alternate storybook art, you didn't get a mass amount of mythics and cards that you really, the value isn't quite there for holding as a collector. It doesn't mean the card's not good. The mutation mechanic is a great mechanic. But this doesn't mean it's going to be a box that's going to go to $600, $700, $800. Because when you're talking about buying these kind of boxes as an investment, they have to be willing to triple. And that's not always going to be the case over a 10 to 12 year period. And I don't believe these boxes right now have the legs at this current rate that I can see to cause it to flip over like that. Ikoria's kind of dropped off the map in terms of sales for its collector boxes and for its regular draft boxes. I can tell that because I can see it all my local retailers. I've touched base with a few of them to find out what sales are like. These boxes are not moving that much. They're not going on sale, but they're not moving at all right now. So it could be a sale next year for all I know, but the guys I've talked to would not admit to that. So it's still a great set. Remember, there's nothing wrong with it, but as an investment piece, this is my last choice this year for cards I would look into. Now, let's jump ahead to number 5. Now, number 5 is, funny enough, Throne of Eldraine. Now, it is the first collector box ever made. That gives it a lot of props, okay? Certain niche people will want to have this one in particular. It does the first one to have the nice showcase frames. We're talking, we got Brazen Borrow, we got Oko. Now, we have tons of cards that got banned, from everything from Escape the Wilds, Cauldron Cat, Oko, Once Upon a Time, Fires of Invention. This has a lot of history to it. It had a great video. Remember the cookie guy getting eaten by Garrick? Come on, it's awesome. But at the same time, it just doesn't have that. Since it was the first one, they were kind of playing it out. We don't know what the mythic pull rate, like all those mythics and stuff you pulled were not nearly as much as in other sets that I have further down the list right now. So for this reason alone, I'm sorry you didn't quite make it, Eldraine. You are number 5. All right, let's jump ahead now to, of course, number 4. I tell you, we're getting up there already. Theros, Beyond Death. Now, we got to remember, this set had Kroxa. It has Uro. It has 2 amazing cards for very low casting cost. They're hard to pull at any set that they were in, so they're a great card to have. There's not tons of these out there. They will be desirable as long as they don't hit the reprint list. The full art lands they made were gorgeous. Come on, the giant mana symbols and the foiling, Constellation, beautiful, beautiful cards. Now, they also brought back a lot of the gods, but they did them well. Thassa, who I got here? Heliod, Athos. They're all good gods. They have everyone's like the Nerian and stuff like that, demigods. But the fact that gods are actually useful and they can be integrated into other formats of decks really makes them a desirable card later on. And these cards could be sought after because I don't see them hitting the reprint list anytime soon because Theros cards don't really jump to the top of people's minds for reprints, especially Wizards at this point. So certain cards, like some of the gods, will be reprinted, but not in mass, not in like, So anyway, for this reason, I'm going to stick these guys in a nice, comfortable spot of number 4. I mean, they brought Elspeth back from the dead. That's kind of cool, right? I wonder if Calyx will catch her. Who knows? But very cool set. So for that reason, Theros, you are number 4. All right, now we are getting down to the top 3. I know you're excited about this. And I gotta try to keep these videos at that 10-minute mark, so let's jump ahead and see what number 3 was. Number 3 is Core 2021. Alright, now, we have Ugin finally being reprinted and in a standard set. Alright, we got Teferi Master of Time, an amazing card. Undervalued at this point. I don't think they have enough cards to protect him right now, but he's a very undervalued card. He is amazing in other formats that can pop him out really fast. Grim Tutor being reprinted is amazing. Basiri Ket coming into play, amazing. Liliana coming into play, amazing. Chromatic Orrery, amazing. And all the Sanctums, this set is underrated. Not to mention all the utility cards I didn't even fit on my little list here. Think about all the cards that we are using from Core 2021. Just look at your arena decks and check it out. You'll be surprised how much they packed into this set. It is very underrated at this point. It is in my top 3 and it deserves to be here. It almost went higher. It deserves to be here. For that reason, Core 2021, you're number 3. Alright, coming up next, the top 2. Now, we know there's only 2 left to choose from. And there's lots of choices I made, but I base my stuff on financial advice, what I think something will do. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have any of the credentials of some of the other YouTubers that way. I'm a guy who collects stuff. I've been at it for years. My gut has generally led me to right choices and conditions that have led me to at least be able to hold on my boxes and not have to sell when something bad happens in my life. It does stop me from buying it at times, but it doesn't always like nil me out. So I am pretty comfortable in how I do this, you know. So let's see now. Let me explain my number 2 choice. Number 2, Zendikar Rising. Now, Zendikar is going to have between 3 to 5 fetches per box on average. I have seen 6. Okay, you're going to have the 2 box toppers plus them inside, depending on how the sheets were printed. You can get more. Now, the pathways were quite plentiful in these packs. I opened some boxes and got like 8-9 pathways. That's amazing when you think about what pathways could be worth later if they don't reprint them. So, amazing. First time the flip lands have been in here. Amazing. Not to mention other flip cards. Emir's Call, Agadena's Awakening. There are other cards in there. They're just as desirable. And they're flip lands. You got the Kedzu, the green little 3/3 guy. There are lots of little black spells that can be flipped. Red spells as well. This is a very, very desirable set. Okay, it has many great cards inside it. Lithoform Engine, amazing. Okay, it also carries the Zendikar brand. Most of the Zendikar sets have been very well done. Yeah, I kind of miss the Eldrazi myself. I'll admit that, guys. I kind of miss those big bad boys coming to play. But Zendikar has carried well for Wizards, and they've kept it kind of special, right? You know, the first Expeditions. Now they're putting Expeditions back in. No Priceless Treasures this time, but people remember that stuff. In case you guys didn't realize, the Priceless Treasures, they put Power of 9 cards in the original Zendikar printing. So, it was kind of exciting. I was there when somebody opened a Time Twister. We thought he was faking it first. So, keep this in mind. It is number 2, but it's still an amazing set. It's definitely collectible, but again, I'm trying to base on what I think will double in value or go higher long distance. Which leads me to our last one, which is surprising to me. And let me explain why I've decided this one. We have Commander Legends. Commander Legends, of course, just came out. But as most players have started to realize, a lot of the other formats are not doing that great right now. Okay? People are upset at how Standard's going. We're finding a lot of repetition in some of the decks. Keep rotating. People don't like spending all the money, all the rotations every time. But Commander. Now the Wizards latched on to Commander. They printed the Jewel Lotus. Now, I'm not saying the Jewel Lotus is going to be some godly card. But it is not nearly printed as much as people thought. People were really under that understanding that this was going to be a plentiful card. It's going to drop to 10, 20 bucks. I myself called that and said, 20 to 50 buck card. It is not dropping like people thought. It is staying steady. And as soon as Kaldheim comes out, that'll be the lowest point at which the Jewel Lotus will be there when some people try to flip money over. After that, it's not really going to dip at all. And not a lot of people are going to be pumping out tons more Commander to get this stuff. So it's going to be a sought after card. It is not going to be printed as much as people thought, which means we're not going to open as much of it. It's going to be desirable. It's also the first Commander Legends product out. So that alone will carry a certain tag for a lot of players later on. I just keep that in mind. Now, it also has cards like Opposition Agent, Hull Breacher, Vampiric Tutor, Mana Drain. Like, they just, you see my fist came with Scroll Rack. We're just hitting down. But then what Wizards really did that was smart, boys and girls out there, is they took the time to include some lore. we got Glacian, we got Rebic, we got Tavash, we got Rogoth. Like, we got cards from our past which really carry forward nicely to older players who are kind of like, hey, yeah, and they jump into that. When you think of nostalgia to resell cards and to resell collector sets, you're looking for that nostalgia factor. That's how I look at it. When I look back at an old packet of cards, I go, do I really want to buy that? Certain sets hold more appeal than others because of my memories of that set. So for that reason, and I mean, that's how I'm judging it, guys. Tell me what you think. I'm saying Commander Legends is number one. Please leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought of this set. I want to know what you guys think out there. Put the comments down. Invite your friends along. And remember, hit that subscribe button and join in the fun. This is MTG Moxman. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Have a great night tonight. I'm clicking the button thingy. Shop smart, shop S-smart. Army of Darkness rocks. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This was MTG Moxman. Guess what? More videos coming at you every day. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Have a great one. Stay safe.